Is there, I know you're married now, but is there any crazy groupie story you have encountered? Somebody you met that was ironic? Crazy?
No, there is no crazy groupie story. Not at all. Oh, yeah. Anyway, yeah. Women they grab your stuff. They do. I'm gonna be honest. They grab your stuff. They want to see what you're doing. You know, I let them do it because I'm nasty. I'm a nasty guy. Now you're gonna be giggling with the camera. Y'all see the camera jumping? That's the camera. We're gonna get a shot of all this when I get through. Y'all gotta see it.
Good. What's up, y'all? It's your Kwame from KTV, and I got the comedian Rodney Perry here with me today.
Word up, man. This your lady on the camera? Good God. She's sitting on 20. You might want to get this on camera. Oh, man. I didn't even know you doing it like that. I'm joking, but I'm serious. Yeah.
So definitely, tell the people where you was born and raised at.
Born and raised Chicago, Illinois, south side of Chicago.
And I know you was in the Navy for about 8 years.
Yes.
Tell us that experience, because I know you did some comedy in the Navy as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. I joined the Navy in 1990. I had my oldest daughter was on the way. And, you know, I was at a crossroads because I was at a point where my mother could keep taking care of me and mine, or I would be a man and start to take care of my own little family. So I joined the United States Navy, but, you know, my heart was always in comedy. So I would go and perform, you know. It was like a job. I would work during the day and do comedy during the day. Actually, one of my best friends is now a writer for Kevin Hart. You know, so you know that's our circle, that's our community, and the Navy was great. Like I said, I met some great people, but you know when them jokes is in your heart, you got to do it. So in 1998, I packed up my family after 2 tours in the Navy and started to go get it, man.
That's great. How you got involved in Tyler Perry's Madea's Big Happy Family? How'd you get casted for that?
I was the absolute last person they cast.
So it wasn't Monique. She didn't put you in.
No, it wasn't. No, there wasn't a Monique hookup. But this is what Monique did. Monique, because of the Monique show, it made me visible enough that they knew I existed, right? But they had been trying to cast this character for like 3 or 4 months.
What was it like working behind the scenes?
Okay.
What experiences? Something funny?
Oh yeah, I got a couple for you. First of all, Bowwow wasn't the first time I worked with Bowwow. I worked with Bowwow on Johnson Family Vacation, but he was a little boy, and we used to play Madden all day. I was destroying Bowwow because he cannot get with me. You know, I beat up kids on that Madden. You understand? But but he's a good cat, and it was a trip to go 5 or 6 years later, and now he's a man. You know, so it was real cool. Walked on the set first day, me, Bowwow, Isaiah Mustafa, the guy from the commercials.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, Old Spice guy. Old Spice guy. We had our first scene together, so that was great. And probably a week into shooting, Tyler Perry had us all out to his crib. Right, Tyler Perry crib is ridiculous. And this is he don't even live on it. This is old crib, which was crazy. Like where we at right now? It ain't a fireplace as big as that.
We talking how many rooms?
He don't let you just roam around his house. First of all, he had us confined to one little room, and the little room was huge. But man, it was a beautiful home, and I got an opportunity to talk to him. I was like, man, did you see this? And he was like, you know what? I didn't see it, but I saw it. You know, because sometimes you got to operate on faith, and sometimes faith, the essence of faith is not being able to see that thing that you want and need. And so he was real dope, man. And then what I respected about him as I watched him work, nobody worked harder than him. I mean, this guy write, produce, direct, act multiple characters, and you know, I see people complaining about, you know, they little one thing they do. So, you know, I don't think we had a luxury to complain when a guy like that is working so hard. I think that's just gangster.
Absolutely. And how do you feel about gay marriage? You know, that's been a topic that's been brought up now.
What you trying to?
No. I'm just saying.
Wait a minute. How we go from Tyler Perry to gay marriage? What? That don't even go. You gotta walk me in the gay marriage. You can't just.
No, Obama, ain't nothing like that. But Obama, you know.
Wait a minute, I'm coming out right here in front of the world. You know, I did a big comedy show in Miami about 2 years ago, Memorial Weekend. Okay, now Miami do a couple of things Memorial Weekend. South Beach, freak me. Wow, bikinis, chicks, dudes, it's crazy, right? Okay, now downtown Miami is Sizzle. Sizzle is the Black Gay Dude Weekend. So I'm playing the James L. Knight Center, which is the convention center. Sizzle is being housed at the Hyatt at the convention center. So it's gaydude.net in this month, right? And I'm like, okay, you know, I don't judge nobody. I come over the highway to get to the hotel, and it's a billboard of me and all the comics on the show. I'm like, okay, they got us a big billboard. That's kind of hot. 20 feet past our billboard is a giant billboard of the Sizzle dude.
Wow.
And he doing his Sizzle thing. And so I'm like, okay. What I learned this particular weekend, first of all, the hotel that they had me staying in was the auxiliary hotel to the Sizzle. So all the spillover that couldn't stay at the Hyatt end up at our hotel. And as a heterosexual man, you walk around as the rule. You know, we as heterosexual people just assume you're heterosexual because that's what most of us are. This particular weekend, I was not the rule. I was the exception. It was all black gay men. So if you're looking on somebody's Facebook page, I took a couple pictures. Yeah. I can't be mean to people, you know. Oh my God, Rodney Perry, Monique Shaw. Give me a picture. And they strong too. Give me a picture. Okay, dude. Thank you, bro. Yeah.
So, would you even do a gay role? Cause some actors have.
No. I'm not kissing no man. You know, and me and my wife had this conversation because, you know, she's like, I want you kissing no woman on. I want you kissing. I'm like, baby, that's part of the job. They're like, if script called for it, I'm gonna do it. So you kiss a man? See, there you go. There you go. No. And this is the thing. Everybody have their own personal rules, and you got to make those rules when it ain't nothing, no consequences. Like you gotta make your rules about what you will and won't do when you in the clear, because people will pressure you, and you gotta have your rules, and that's just one of my rules. So nothing against, you know, my gay friends, but you know, no tongue from Rodney Perry.
Tyler Perry is very successful, and he's also given a lot of opportunities for blacks, even whites as well. But there's other people, I would say, successful, like Spike Lee and Idris Elba, who basically, you know, say that, you know, he makes black films look bad by the way he's cross-dressing, and they say it's buffoonery. They have mentioned that. What's your take on that? How do you feel about that?
Because each artist should be allowed to pursue the artistic endeavor. But I still think a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery, buffoonery.
If those films, and I mean, we're talking about Tyler Perry at this point. No, I mean, look, I'm not saying we're talking. Let's not give them fodder for tabloid. I'm not saying we're talking about Tyler Perry, but those are the shows that we're talking about. If we're talking about that, and we look at the numbers that come and see his movies, that view the shows on TBS, my question is that in fact maybe what black America wants to see?
This is it in a nutshell. Well, first of all, there's a couple of things. We as people of color, this is what we don't get. We don't get genre. Like, white people get genre. Like, Will Ferrell does silly, grown white dude movies. His movie don't have to apply to women at all, white women at all, or black people. It's older, grown white dudes that his audience is. So why can't black people have a niche? Why can't Tyler Perry's niche just be that? You know, whatever that thing is. So that's what I think we as people of color see. Everything we do has to affect the entire race. Like everything we do. Like if you're a black person, you don't just get to be funny. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to consider, am I being a buffoon? Am I, you know, I gotta watch my eyes, because my eyes can't buck too far, because my eyes buck, then the black people, you know, we crush more of our projects. We do. Now, we don't march when they do some craziness. You know, it took weeks for us to get behind Trayvon Martin. But we boycott a show. You know, a great example, take even Tyler Perry out the mix. A great example, that show Single Ladies.
Yes.
I'm on my Facebook page. This girl wrote a scathing email about single ladies. Why y'all, this show don't represent me and blah, blah. We don't have the luxury. It's not enough black people on TV for us to demand a show be off. I don't think. You know what I mean? I don't think we have that luxury. You know, if you don't like it, don't watch it. You know what I'm saying? Just don't watch it. But don't bash it, because somebody, that's their experience. You know, and personally, I ain't trying to get in the dress, you know what I'm saying? But that's not off my plate of things to do, because, you know, I did a sketch comedy thing when I was 2 years in, where I played Grace Jones. You know, hopefully that tape don't come out, because that wasn't cute. You know, I had a little box, so it was cute. Okay, anyway, but so I don't like the public beef between African Americans that's prominent. I think there should be a meeting, you know, there should be a phone call like, yo man, yo, this Spike man, I don't really like what you're doing, blah blah, you know, and they can have that conversation. But to let it play it out in public, I think some things that need to be discussed among us.
Do you think they'll ever collaborate?
Never, probably not. I mean, and just because they got different sensibilities, not because of no beef or anything like that. And Spike speak his mind. He's always spoke his mind. You know, I think Spike speaking his mind has crushed projects of his own. You know, I mean, a great movie he did, the movie about the pilots. God dang, what's the name of that movie? Miracle on St. Anne. Beautiful movie. During the process of the film, Spike talk about Clint Eastwood. Everybody like Clint Eastwood. Black people, white people, Clint Eastwood ain't did nothing to nobody. Yeah. He got a black wife. He bashed Clint Eastwood. Spike, you gotta know when to shut the hell up. That's from Rodney Perry. He bashed Clint Eastwood, Miracle St. Anna get crushed.
Wow.
Do nothing at the box office. A movie that should have been seen. You know what I mean? You know, we don't have the luxury to bash each other. I don't think. You know?
And how did you get casted on the Monique show? You know, that was a hit show.
Absolutely.
Everybody loved it. I think it was great.
Absolutely. Monique and I became acquainted. I was performing at a comedy club in LA. She saw me and she hit me up. She called me out of the blue like 2 days later. Like, we've been laughing at you for 2 days. You silly. I'm like, who is this? Like, Monique. I'm like, Monique who? She's like, Monique. I'm like, what? So we talked, man. We had a great conversation, and toward the end of the conversation, she said, Rodney, don't take this the wrong way, but can I take your wife on a shopping spree? I was like, wow. I was floored by her generosity. Took my wife out, spent upwards like $2,000 in our home that day. I never had nobody show me that type of generosity. And so I asked her, I'm like, how do I pay you back? She said, you don't. She said, someday you'll be able to bless some young comic the way I'm blessing you.
And also you did B.E.T's Comic View, where you was alongside George Lopez, right, and Cedric the Entertainer and Steve Harvey.
Well, Comic View, I mean, first of all, every comedy show ever been taped, I've been a part of. You know, so I've been blessed for that. But you know, my connection with George Lopez, Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, you know, that those people, man, I met on the road, man. You know, as you building your brand, you know, George Lopez was the first guy to take me out on the road, you know, to comedy clubs, and the thing about him, he's a consummate professional. He was always right. And then Cedric the Entertainer, I linked up with him in like 2000, 2001, and he took me on my first tour because they was coming off the Kings of Comedy, and he took about 8 of us young comics, and he showed us what it could be. He showed us limousines and first class flights and the best hotels in the country. I played Madison Square Garden. I played the Masonic Auditorium in San Francisco. I played, you know, the Universal Amphitheater in Los Angeles. So I played all the big venues around the comedy. Marat Theater in Indianapolis. I played the Fox Theater in Detroit. So he took us and showed us what it could be. And so I always think, and that's my mentor. You know, he's one of the real real dudes in the game, you know. And then he brought me in. He booked me for Johnson Family.
Wow.
And then on Johnson Family, I met Steve. You know, so I met Steve Harvey, and Steve is the most gangster businessman. You know what I mean? He got everything. He got grocery stores, shoe deals, suits. Steve Harvey, gangster. You know, I remember when he was looking, you know, before everybody was wearing pointy shoes, all our shoes were dress shoes were square. And I remember them bringing him 15 boxes of pointy shoes. He going, yeah, about to pee. That's what's next. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? And sure enough, 2 weeks later, everybody had pointy shoes on.
Wow.
Yeah, so awesome cat, man. And you know, I've had a chance, you know, to be under the tutelage of some great comedians. You know, and everybody got something for you. Everybody got something for you to learn. You know, whether it's Lopez, you know, Sid the Entertainer, Monique, Steve Harvey, or John Austin, or Tony Royster. You know, Katt Williams. I saw Katt. Man, I used to take my VCR to Katt Williams' house. We plug up our VCRs to make tapes to send to possibly get booked. You know what I'm saying? People think that, you know, I mean, he's 20 years in. You know, Kevin Hart, we did Comic View together in 90, and maybe 2000. We did Comic View. He came out with a denim jumpsuit on. Like, what the hell you got on, Kevin? That's when we became friends. He was just like he had Garanimals on. He's like a little boy. He's doing it now. He's still wear the same size though.
Actually, you write, you do comedy, you're an actor, you also was a radio personality.
Yep.
What kind of advice can you give to aspiring, even comics,
actors, human beings? Just work hard. You know, I believe in hard work. I believe in when everybody that does what you do is sleep, be working. You know, I'm a firm believer there is no substitute for hard work. If you put the work in, it will pay off. It will pay off. Whatever your goal is, establish that. You know, and what I say to the younger people is a lot of us have a lot of gifts. Like, you know, you spoke to the fact that, yes, I do stand-up comedy, but, you know, I act, you know, I don't sing, but I do a lot of things. I produce. So I'm gifted in a lot of areas, but you got to focus. You got to focus your energies. So whatever your big gift is, do that, and that gift, your other gifts will find room to work inside of that gift. You know, and I mean, you see it all the time. I do my radio show on Mondays, and I interview Keke Palmer, and she sings and she acts, and I was like, if you had to pick one, what would you pick? She was like, no. Why should I have to pick? And I agree. Why should you have to pick? But you don't have to pick, but you do have to focus. You got to focus your energy, and then work hard at that thing, and then everything else will make its way.
What can we expect from Mr. Rodney Perry?
Well, I'm masturbating after this because I like to get my head right for a show. No. What's next, man? I'm looking to begin to produce more. I'm not waiting for Hollywood to hire me. You know, and don't get me wrong. I'm not alienating myself from Hollywood. I believe in the Hollywood life and the machine, but I think we got to create energy. I think that's what we need to learn from Tyler Perry. Is when Hollywood told him no, he took his own money and created his television show, which made him a mogul. So you don't get to be a mogul working for people. You just don't. So once you start wrapping your mind around that, you're like, okay, yeah, I'll produce. So that's my next thing. So we developing shows, we producing shows. I'm looking at shooting a lot of sketches for the internet too, because I think that's the next frontier. And beyond that, you know, telling jokes, man, I love it. I love making people laugh.
And you definitely in the movie with Tony Rock?
Yeah, Tony Rock joint is coming out. I shot another movie, a gangster movie in Philly called Broad Street Bully, which is gonna be, if the Tony Rock thing got some drama in it, but this thing, I'm killing dudes, left and right, pop, pop, pop. You know, this dude Mercury Knight is I shaved all my hair, I shaved my mustache. You know, I really wanted to go in with a different look, and this tell you what the magic of social media and networking, because I met these people on Twitter, and they sent me the script, and I loved it, and I went out to Philly and I shot this movie, so I'm excited about that too, so that's coming too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So as far as people want to stay in tune, what you do, you have a Facebook, a Twitter?
Yeah, I'm Rodney Perry. Everything Rodney Perry. My website is rodneyperry.com. I'm at Rodney Perry on Twitter. I'm very active. That's really me. I be tweeting. If you ever see anything outlandish, it's me. I'm wild. So we get it in, and I got a Facebook fan page, and that's Rodney B. Perry. So check me out, holler at me, follow me, follow me.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rodney. I'm gonna check out the show.
Appreciate it.
Y'all stay tuned to KTV. It's your boy Carmen signing off.
He doing it.